And welcome back, everybody, to the 2025 U.S. Snooker Masters. It's semi-finals. Tournament Director Andy McCloskey just making sure everyone's in tune, giving a little speech to the audience just to make still, because there's a lot of importance on this match. It's a featured one on our streaming table here. It's Renat Denkha taking on Rodney Goggins. It's David Burney in the booth, along with Christian Younger. We're happy that you're tuning in. And we've got Ernst Bezimer. Where is he? Ernst. He'll be our referee for our featured match. So sit back and enjoy this great semifinal. Be our final match of the day, and we'll be coming back tomorrow for the finals. And shakes her hand, and
great.
It's the reigning U.S. national champion set to break off. Renat Denkha coming from Chicago.
I looked at all the ones they got.
Just a little issue with the cue ball.
Yep, just a quick shot there of one of the tournament sponsors, Hydrate. Go check them out online. They've got a nifty little bottle set up and everything. It's pretty nice. You get a little bottle, you get the electrolytes. If it's a full like 12-ounce water bottle.
Yeah, or 500 milliliters if you support the metric system.
Ready to rock and roll. Renat Denkha breaking off.
This one's a tough one to call. Definitely, we were really impressed with Rodney in the booth and on the table. But, you know, Renat's definitely a skilled player, and it is in his own backyard. Rodney's just gotten thrown off by something. There might just be a reflection coming in the front door that's reflected off the mirrors here. Yeah, it's a wonderful facility here at the Sacramento Snooker and Billiards Room. It actually used to be a gym, so they've kept the mirrors in the building intact. So sometimes when we go to certain shots, it looks like the room's a lot bigger than it actually is. But still quite a large facility, housing 12 6x12 snooker tables.
If you guys know any of the players too, make sure you share out the stream. We're going to be focusing on this semifinal match, but there is another semifinal in the back happening. IBSF World Champ Ali Al-Obaidli is playing against Mr. David Morris.
Both players have a match under their belt today. We had a little bit of a layoff for our lunch break, so the players didn't have too much to eat, because obviously that can really weigh you down. It's good to play hungry in more ways than one. I think each player is going to get a few chances, but I think it's going to come down when you get in, how much you're going to make.
It's not a bad safety. Just make sure to check none of these reds go easily into this lower right corner pocket. So a little containing shot. It does give up a little bit of advantage, maybe to Renat, but Renat still has to come up with a good shot here. Send the cue ball up table. It's gonna let this red leak over the left corner, but it's tight to the cushion, so decent attacking safety. Opening up more reds. This is what you like to see, and I got a feeling Renat doesn't want to be bogged down in any sort of tactics battle with Mr. Rodney here.
Nice opening red to get things going.
Yeah, good pot.
Played it with an element of safety, obviously, but hitting that horn has kept it in the business end of the table.
And where he was kind of forced into taking it on. It's good on him to knock it down.
Yeah, his cue ball's tight to the left cushion, so can't do much with the cue ball. If he can just kind of float it through, there is an open red into the top left corner.
Rodney Goggins, 1.
Wonderful shot there by Renat. Maybe just rolled just a little too much, wanted to pull it up. Using that draw to get him back into the bulk area, where she just cannoned into the yellow, but yeah, Rodney just looking for the pathway to get back into bulk.
Trying to go around the cluster of 4 reds down the left side of the table, maybe. Just clip this thin. Yeah, as long as he doesn't catch a red on the way in, it'd always be a good line. Renat has something to swing at, but I think he's got a loose red out here. He can cross double and try to put Rodney in a tough spot. If he can get somewhere up behind the brown and kind of take away the right side of the table. Oh, look at this.
Fantastic shot there by Renat. It's been Rodney in a little bit of trouble here. Obviously with numerous reds on the table, hitting a red shouldn't be a problem for Rodney. It's just where the cue ball and any reds end up. Judged that nicely, and no touching ball, as you can see there. Yeah, lots of respect for both these players. That's why it's just Pretty big safety battle just to get us going.
Yeah, tentative start this one. The table in the back is going to be a bit of the opposite style. They're already, what, down to 5 reds or so left on the table? This is not bad for a dump shot. He's got him tight to that red. Has lost advantage in the safety battle, though. Having a kick into the pack, as well as dump the cue ball down the top cushion. So if Renat manages to hold and get a real tight safety to this ball cushion, he can maybe force the mistake. Once again, though, he's putting Rodney in a position where he kind of has to take a red on pretty soon. And he's going to be firing here. Nope, never mind. Another dump down to this red. He's got him tucked underneath it this time. The fact that he was able to tuck him underneath the red now means Renat's kind of lost a bit of advantage in the safety battle here. Now Rodney is the one who's able to play the easy, safe up into bulk. But plenty of reds that are going to start getting punted back up table. I think if you're Rodney, you're very happy and content playing this style of game. Pick off a couple reds at a time. Play the tactics back and forth. I think with player of his experience, he's going to be favored in that type of matchup. So look for Renat to pick and choose his spots for when to, take advantage. He's going to have to do it at some point.
Just a little soft on that safety shot as Rodney can clip off the red on the right side. Those reds in the middle, underneath the pink.
With this red gone, it's going to try to get him underneath or to the left side of the brown if you can. The left side of the table is the one cluttered, and you don't want to be trying to escape down that side, so...
Only problem is really with the black kind of tied up. Yeah, I might know sooner or later. Maybe one of these gentlemen might try to see how their long potting is, but it's not a really big reward because that red is just smothering the black.
It does. Black does go to the right corner. Well, it doesn't matter now. I think Renat's overdone it a bit here, but this is kind of what you're looking for a little bit. Cut off the right side of the table and try to force him to escape down the left side. A lot more reds in the way and more difficult of an escape. It's going for... Looks like the bottommost red one to the right of it clipped the right side of it. Escaped down the right hand side. He's caught it a bit thick though. This is going to leave a shot. So Renat's forced a mistake, but I think the difference maker in this match is going to be how he's able to capitalize on this moments like this.
know, sometimes you gotta take a frame by the scuff of the shirt, you know. Maybe just too much waiting for that golden opportunity.
Another dump shot. He likes doing this, putting it up against this red down on the lower rail. Very different vibe between these two matches. Just checking the score over on the back table. You can see Ali's queuing down on the ball, and they're at a 43-54 score, down to the last red. Meanwhile, these gents haven't potted more than one red, I believe. So seems we've picked the longer of the two semis so far. It's all about content, huh?
Hey, you never know. That could switch on a die, that's for sure. I think that's why we're seeing kind of a safety shot.
Yeah, it's so tentative. It's kind of like the first real chance is going to be super important in this match, right? Comes a time, though, where I think you can overdo it. Oh, it's a decent shot there. Wants a cannon, though, with the white. He's trying to hit it with that much pace to get the stun, as well as the spin on the white.
Looks like that red is open to the top right corner. Does the pink go into the top left? Really, it's tough to tell from there. I think Renat's just waiting for the adjacent table. As you can see, referee Brendan O'Donoghue and Ali surveying the shot.
Does have a mid-range red to the lower left corner. Looks like that's what he's going to take on. Black spot is very clear still, so like we said, first real attacking chance should be fruitful.
Let's see what Renat can make of this. I remember doing the 2017 Richler Cup in Burlington, Ontario, Canada at Shooterville, and Renat was in the final. And in his first frame, I think his potting percentage was up at about 98%. It's just amazing stuff.
Wow. It's a good shot, although he hasn't really finished nicely on a red.
8.
And the second red has landed. Meanwhile, back table, I believe. Davey Morris has got a good chance to try to clear up here. He's on the yellow, shooting the green next. Oh,
Renat
Renat
Denkha,
took a
8.
tough one on. This is possibly a big mistake. See what Rodney can put together here offensively. I think might actually have to plant this close red onto the other. It looks, or swerve. That's the problem with the swerve. He hit it a bit too sweet there, and it got more arc than he wanted. So probably end of break. If the table's properly laid, this is a good tester for the snooker nerds out there. You can put the white in the jaws of the pocket like it is now. Pop the black into the right corner, and the white should get very
Rodney
close to
Goggins,
going
1.
in off into the right middle pocket. So you can kind of use that to gauge, if a table's level or if it's a little long or short, maybe. Yep.
I think that red just covers the pathway for Rodney to take this red close to the top left corner. It's got to do well here not to cannon into any red.
It's a tough one. It's a tough escape there. A lot of traffic. He's trying to get around that first red, and as long as he did, I think he would have missed a second, but the line wasn't quite there. Also might have lacked a bit of right-hand side.
He's fortunate it's not too straight on that red that's just to the top and the left of the black.
Just gonna double this up and down. Is he trying to pot it? Yep. It's better to miss that on the far jaw than the near jaw, since likely not to leave an easy shot. Even mid-range red, but
And giving it a little bit of pace. Obviously, giving it pocket weight would have made it a bit more easier for that to swallow up. But if he was to miss at dead weight, it would have just rattled there and given Rodney a relatively easy starter.
yeah, Raymond McCarthy in the chat asking why not separate the finals or semifinals away from each other to avoid wait times. I think choice was to prioritize the best quality tables we had at the venue. So these two tables being deemed the best ones, kind of prioritize the quality of play, I think, over everything else is the goal. Hope that answers the question.
That is a good point there.
Ooh, close.
There are going to be probably just a few delays, as we're used to seeing just two players at the table, but now we've got great help with some referees, so
Yeah.
it gets a bit crowded when there's two tables and 6 people around them.
Yeah, there's head referee, or for our TV table referee, Ernst. He's doing a real good job. A lot of pressure on him, too. We have him mic'd up out there, so he might spill all the juicy details to us. Now, this is an interesting shot here from Rodney. I'm not sure if it was a big mistake or if it was just an attempt at dumping the cue ball down near this red. Yeah, somebody just pushed Brendan out of the way. I agree.
Yeah, hopefully he can just be a little bit mindful. Obviously, he's got the task at hand and focusing on the refereeing his match, but do know that there's another match right beside him. That up on that tippy toe, a completely legal shot, as long as at least one part of one foot touches the ground. It's a legal shot.
I feel like Rodney might have left this kind of as a bait sort of tactic, just to see if Renat would go for it. It's my only other thinking as to why this pot was left on. You know, he did miss the one to the left corner by a good margin.
Swan.
For
You have a swan match?
rest. Well, referee Bezimir and Renat Denkha are now putting the great staff here at the Sacramento Snooker and Billiard Room into work. They're taking a look to see if there's a swan. A piece that doesn't usually come out. It's interesting if we could get a good glimpse of this tool. Let's leave it out to the chat there. I know it's been called the swan for a while, but it kind of almost looks a little bit like a slug.
Yeah, slug is good too. Just trying to be careful there not to nudge any reds. Here you can see kind of the idea behind the rest. It's got just a longer runway to help extend over some more balls. Tricky spot. And he's potted it. No fouls. Great shot.
I guess my issue with just the very elegantness of snooker, coming in and calling something a slug is not as sweet as a swan.
Of course.
All right,
let
let's
the elegance shine.
Renat can do with this.
Yeah, what do you got? Definitely double digits here, but we always like trying to guess how the player ends their break. Think it ends with a missed pot. Think it ends with a intentional safety because of misposition.
I think Renat would like to finish this break with a black at the bottom of the pocket and take a seat with a frame to his advantage.
Right. Looking at the two reds that are almost frozen just above the black. The lower of them does go to this left corner pocket. You can see here.
Yeah, I think he's got a really good chance here to score heavily. Just in case he runs out of position a little bit, as maybe he has there. He does have a couple reds into the left middle.
It's almost perfect on this blue. Might be a little bit off angle, the wrong direction. If he is, I don't think it's worth trying to pinch the pocket.
If he's straight on, he might be able to draw back to have that red just to the left of the pink ball. He also has the pink going into the top right corner.
Yeah, I think this is better. Take this pink on. Stun over for that red of the two of the bunch. The bottom one. I think he's near perfect where he can go forward on this shot. The only thing is we've seen these slow rolls getting a lot of players in trouble, so he's taking this red on so he can stun it a bit. Now he's back in line.
Is he straight on that or black? Or is he a little bit low to it so he can...
It looks like pretty close to straight. I think he's going to be screwing back off of one cushion, bit of left-hand side. Maybe trying to see if he can get high on the red of the two in the bunch. If he can get high on those, just stun over for the black next. He'll be back in business, but he's got a backup red. Yeah, good shot. Nice stroke. You can choose to cannon these or looking to see if any reds go to this lower right corner. I think the real only one is the one above the pink. Maybe the leftmost red of the bunch, to the left of the pink. Maybe that red goes to the right corner. It's tricky to tell. Might just have to play the cannon here. Two reds in the cluster. Yeah, he's looking to see if this one goes. If this one goes, it changes things pretty drastically. So he can kind of just float with a stun run through shot or go off of one cushion. If not, cannon might be the only way. Just playing the stun run. It's going to be a bit short. He's got
49.
another red right middle pocket. Maybe this was his plan all along.
So one tough thing playing Renat, he's always got a good plan. Doesn't take any careless shots.
40.
On a 40 break, so that's what he needs to make this a one-table visit.
Yeah, both players will show you what you need to do, keeping the same pre-shot routine, same amount of feathering.
So pick off this last red up table. Blue to the right middle. Maybe even brown if he wants to stun it a bit more. No, it's playing down for the last red. Excuse me, I thought it was on. No, it was on a color, but I think he's
45.
lost his white here.
Some white travel through for that red out in the open, just to the right of the pink.
Yeah, it goes, but it's going to be dicey. Gonna have to play for bulk color here, maybe. 2 cushions. Or just go around the green. Missed the
Renat
pot.
Denkha, 45.
Yeah, sometimes when you just go a little out of position on one shot, the next one's even more, and it kind of is like a snowball, just gathering traction.
Excellent pot.
Now it's
1.
Rodney's chance to counterattack here.
And we're not just kind of coming 1 or 2 good shots short of being able maybe to clear up or at least put the frame to bed. Rodney does have to solve this puzzle of the 2 reds.
4.
Like I said, I think it does pass the lower one to this left corner pocket. Just about keeping your cue ball tidy, keeping it in line. Didn't want to cannon the black there. It's caused him to
5.
change the line, and he's going to be a bit short of pace.
He's got the pink
Yeah, but he's just
and a small little stun shot, and he's got that red to the top left corner of the 2 reds.
going to have to stroke this sweetly. I actually don't mind going off 1 cushion forward, but I think he's playing your shot. Now I think he's actually perfect on the lower red of those 2 that are close to touching.
11. $12.
Got a lot of folks in the chat supporting each player. Let us know who you're rooting for in this one. This will be a tight affair.
Yeah, I would be amazed if one player is to whitewash the other.
19.
No, I don't think we're in for that.
I think,
Be very surprised.
the snooker gods would be severely angry at someone if that was the case of one of these players. They're just both too strong,
Right, and would require some very unlucky rolls for one party.
$20.
All right, just pretty straight on this red. I think he has an angle to go. Just float this cue ball up the table. And he's done well there
26.
to cover the pink spot with the white. If you guys want to check out the other match, I do think AMC Q Sports is streaming it on the side. Ali Alobaidli is taking the first frame 1-0 over David Morris. They're
27.
getting to it in the second frame now. In the background of the screen there, you can see him in the background. There is a link to the live scoring in the YouTube description as well.
$34.
Actually covered the black spot there with the white. That'll do.
Yeah, 17 in it, 35 on the table.
It's going to be pretty crucial now, this blue, where it lies. It's been pushed safe early on in the frame. Going to have to make this tough red to get to it, but
35.
after that, might be the saving grace for Renat. Can he dislodge it here with the pink? Stun it off of two rails and try to hold the white there for the yellow. As long as he can cannon the blue off the cushion enough. Would be enough.
Oh,
Rodney
Wow.
Goggins,
broken
35.
down on the pink.
Wonder what happened there.
Just
Might have felt like he was in between shots. Maybe hadn't fully committed the decision to what he ended up trying. He's overcut it by decent margin, so I don't know.
yeah, Renat just needs up to the brown. But so many times in the amateur game, numerous tournaments we've been at, a lot of frames always are coming down to the colored balls. So sometimes a good mantra, just get yourself to the color balls with a chance.
Wonder what he's thinking here. Is the pot too risky, maybe? Load up behind the green. David Brock says, go RPG. Yeah, gosh, I think we're using a simplified scoring mode where the players are marking their own points. So you're going to see the score laid out after the break concludes. Although referee Ernst is there on the job and he will be counting out the score. So give a good listen. You should hear what the current break is on.
That green, like just covered. There's a bit of space there. So this can go yellow into its own pocket.
Is he maybe going to roll up on the green? Don't know if I would trust that shot. The problem with potting the yellow here is there's not too much reward unless you can hold the white off of two cushions and play the green into the right pocket. Carl asking who's playing in the other semifinal. The other semifinal is between David Morris and Ali Alobaidli. David Morris, ex-professional player from Ireland, is playing against Ali, the 2023 IBSF World Amateur Champion. If you want to check out the score of that too, cloudsnooker.com has the scores. There's a link in the video description.
Very nice shot there by Renat. He's got the snooker. Rodney should be able to get out of it. It's just what will the result of the shot be?
Oh, missed it there. Played it, had to play it to the right of the middle pocket.
Renat Denkha,
So
4.
tells you the line
Free ball.
has the yellow pocket in, or excuse me, the middle pocket is in the way of that line with a free ball. That might be tempted. There's the other Irish in the chat, Mr. Dave Daly. Important is ex-countryman, I guess, or... And belated St. Paddy's Day as well.
Well, Rodney and David definitely come directly from Ireland. Our good friend Dave Daly does live up in the Seattle area, but I'm pretty sure you'd never lose the Irish.
He's American now, though, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I guess.
I don't know what do you say about that, Dave.
It's a tricky spot, this. You'd imagine the kick shot is going to be...
Let's put it back.
They're looking it up. This is about right.
Referee Bazimer just confirming with Christian as he's pulled up the replay on his tablet.
And Rodney realizing it was a bit tougher of a kick that direction. He's gone this direction instead. And
He's had a result.
yeah, talk about a fluker. I think Renat wants that other shot back now with the free ball. It's always a tough spot with these better players. It's almost like taking the free ball is actually better. You're better off just because, you know, so good at kicking, they'll get a result like this maybe, or...
Foul and a miss. Rodney Goggins, 4. Free ball.
Yeah, he's looked at it as a free ball. It looks a little close from this camera angle, but they're in right behind it, so...
Pink ball.
Big mistake from Renat, maybe, in retrospect. He wants to be back in that other scenario, right? Mm-hmm.
It's just tough to tell from this camera angle that yellow goes by that blue.
Dave's saying he was too busy to come over here to Sacramento. Only miss you, Dave.
It definitely looks like Rodney's taking it on full-blooded.
As he should be. It's Good pot. Once again, has caught the underside of a ball, but it's going to actually help out in this case.
4.
But I don't think he's running out from here. Brown's fairly safe. He's going the wrong direction for it.
Definitely would be a big steal if Rodney could take this first frame. It's trailing right now by 16.
I was
Rodney
gonna say, I
Goggins,
think the safety
4.
is actually a little bit better choice from that spot. I think he, I was going in behind this. Is it gonna fluke? Is it gonna fluke? Wow.
3.
Wow, wow, wow. Fear the beardo. A lot of these two players, Renat, we have to ask him about the beard oil next, right?
It
Or
can
did
be a
you?
hiccup. No, actually, Renat was our first interview of our featured section there. Fortunately, we had some technical issues. So maybe Renat can get back into the interview booth. We can talk to him about how he handles his beard. It's not super long. It's not stubble, but he does use the ash cue that sometimes can get caught on it. But definitely the clean-shaven, Hannibal Smith-looking Rodney Goggins definitely wants to be in the interview room, as that's a sign of a match victory.
Big pot if he takes it on.
7.
Great shot.
Yeah, that was his frame ball.
19-point difference, right? $64 to $45 be the score line right now, based on the break. So, really wants to knock this in so he avoids having to let Rodney back to the table. I think Rodney will be playing on here,
7.
especially if he has an easy look.
Well, definitely only just needing the one snooker, but as far as we're not jacked up so much on it, maybe he was very straight.
See, David Brock now settled the score as well. Only stubble gets caught. Proper manly beards, he says, are non-painful.
Five.
Figures he's got an easier safety attempt maybe with this pink. Does lay nice for a bit of a stun draw shot. It's a little tricky though. It's got kind of a medium distance to travel with the white, so it's gonna be tough. I also don't mind just separation shot, playing the white off of one cushion and trying to lay it on the top cushion tight. That's what he's choosing. This way as well, he's played the
Rodney Goggins,
pink
5.
off of two cushions.
Just a little too much base. It's poked out that PABSA could just maybe thinly slice this into the green pocket.
Oh, it's close. It's close.
He is the one that's playing with house money with a 14-point advantage and 13 on the table. Just rolls that pink into the jaws of a pocket. It makes it difficult for Rodney to lay a snooker because his most concern will be getting the pink ball out of the jaws of a potential pocket where you could put the pink.
Yeah, just don't make a silly mistake. That's all you gotta avoid. Somebody in the chat asking, is there a shot timer? Nope, we do not have a shot timer on this tournament. Don't think it's necessary at this point. I don't think any players are slow playing. I think it's just a very tense tactical battle since, like we said, they each respect each other's game and know little mistakes could cost them the match.
Yeah, I don't think these players have ever played each other, and the information that they have about each other might be a bit foreign as well.
Yeah.
But when you're tying up the vest, in the semi-final, the opponent didn't get there by accident. So with that miss on the pink, Rodney Goggins concedes the first frame. So Renat Denkha takes a scoreline of 69-50. And we'll be right back with frame 2 right after this.
Rodney to break.
All right, we're back to it here. Frame 2 action. Gonna get a guest in the booth a little bit here. First frame, pretty tense. It's got a red leaking up table on this break off, so bit of a mistake. And Renat with the miss.
It's left a long red on for Rodney. And right now I have the distinct pleasure to welcome into the booth the man behind it all. Here he is, Andy McCloskey. How you doing, Andy?
Hello, David. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you feeling with the tournament so far?
Yeah, really happy how it's going. I think there's been high quality snooker throughout, but definitely the thoroughbreds are on show now at the minute, which is great. It really has a good atmosphere in the room as well, so it's looking good right now.
Well, definitely good on you. You grabbed the reins. This is the first time you've been behind the scenes, not on the table? Or have you run tournaments before?
No, this is my first one. It's kind of like a go big or go home sort of scenario right now, but no, I think everyone is happy how it's going and how it's went. I'm really happy with the format as well, and look, I'm extremely lucky. I do have a good network of players that I can ask, and hopefully they'll spread the word on it, and we can kind of grow it year on year, But no, look, I'm very grateful for everyone that's helped me to put this on, and the players that have turned up to play, and you guys, and everybody that's involved,
What would you say was one of the biggest challenges of this tournament?
Probably Wednesday. Wednesday was absolutely madness, trying to just get the last few things done here and there. But like what I did find about it on the build up of the event, it just every day had its highs and lows. So it definitely was a ride. Definitely was a ride. So, well, I enjoyed it, and hopefully this might open a few doors down the way.
Sounds great. I think some of your friends from Ireland have actually already invited Christian and I over.
Yeah. So, look, this was only kind of discussed over a cup of tea there the last couple of nights at my house, but I think that we might try put one of these on in Ireland in October. So we'll see. All the players and people that supported this will be the first to get invited to that event anyway. But I can't see why not. It's just getting sponsors and getting the right things to jive, and why not do an Irish leg?
Sounds good to me. I do have some Irish in my lineage, but I've never made it over to the Emerald Isle. So
yeah, there's a lot of ginger in that beard, Dev, I see. and you're wearing the green tie as well today. But at the moment, I see our two Irish boys are actually behind in the semis against two great opponents right now.
I guess on the other side, what has been the most rewarding from this whole process of putting this tournament together?
Oh, I don't know. You're your own worst critic, so maybe I'll give myself a pat in the back in 2 weeks when the dust settles. But for now, someone always told me a pat in the back and a kick in the ass is only 6 inches away from each other. So well, it's not done yet, Dave. It's not done yet.
Renat Denkha, 1.
And just a big kudos to Ernst as well. He stuck around after getting knocked out, volunteered his time to do the refereeing. And I have to say he's doing an unbelievable job. And he looks the part. He knows where to stand. He look like you're made to be a commentator. He looks like he's factory made for snooker refereeing.
Foul stroke. Renat Denkha, 4.
That hurts a little bit there for the Irishman. But yeah, some people just, they slide into a role and it feels like they were just made for it.
Yeah, 100%. It's just, look, it's a great game, snooker. Look at the amount of different people from different countries here, not just taking part, but actually being a part of the event as well. So it's an unbelievable game to bring people together,
Maybe one more question on tournament directing, if you have any fans that are chimed in, if they have got a question. But my last one is, any advice that you found to anyone that wants to pull up the socks, maybe put the cue aside and put on a great tournament?
Yeah, I played the tournament as well, and that was all the way along. I told myself I wouldn't do it, but we kind of got caught at an odd number that I decided I would play it. So if I was to do it again, I wouldn't play it. Now, saying that's very easy to say, but I guarantee you next year I'll probably be in it again. But I suppose just a big thing is just understanding that people can't make it. Things are going on. It's not personal. And just roll with it. It's going to happen. Here's Mr. Al Saltani here behind me.
Yeah, definitely a strong snooker scene here in Sacramento.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm only living here probably a year and a half, and the man that was just in the picture, Hassanian, he's only here about a year and a half as well. And we leaned on his network and his experience as well to put this event together. And I'm very lucky that I have such a high quality practice partner in him just down the road from my house as well. So it's I think he's the Iraqi Andy and he's the Irish, vice versa, But so it's nice to it's nice to lean on someone that knows snooker events as well.
And the staff here at the Sacramento Snooker and Billiards Room have just been top notch. They just say yes to everything. I don't think no is not in their vocabulary.
their hospitality has been brilliant, and like anything we asked this Samad, he tried his best to do what he could, because this facility is only open maybe a year or so. You know, it's obviously they haven't hosted a big snooker event like this, or they wouldn't have had the experience. So they did give me full reins to run it how I wanted, and what the schedule was going to look like, and so on and so forth. You know, so you know, like a massive shout out to them. So this is the second time the two guys have played in this streaming table, right?
Correct.
You know, so
Yeah. Renat was obviously our first streamed match of the tournament as the reigning U.S. national champion. You gave him that distinct honor of opening up the tournament on the stream.
Yeah, 100%. I think we need, like, this is the US Snooker Masters. We need to honor our US guys. We had good US guys in the last 16. I'm a US guy. Tom Lamore was there. Sargon Isaac got to the quarter final, and now Renat is flying the flag for us in the semis. So, you know, like we definitely are starting to show us strength and depth over here. You know, Darren Taylor had Ali Bailey 3-0 down. Like, Ali had to come back and beat him 4-3, and now Ali is we're going to go 2-0 up in the semi-final. So, you know, it just goes to show you like what we have over here, and our potential to go abroad and do well in tournaments too.
Yeah, a few of us were chatting last night after the days was done, and the
I think that was a bit of a miscue or something.
2022 PABSA Open champion Amat Ali from here in the USSA. He's been over on the Pro Tour battling it out, trying to do his best. But I think he might be in store for a shock when he comes back to America to see the caliber has risen quite a lot.
Yeah, there definitely is. You know, you have to play some unbelievable. Like, I've played in 2 national championships. I've just gotten to a quarter final. You have to play good snooker to get there. It's as simple as. Yeah, so like, look, it'd be great to have another top dog coming back to us too. You know, that goes without saying.
Ooh, this might be a mistake here by Rodney.
He's after leaving him on. Is the black spot free if he can get back up here for the black and around the blue area? But I think we spoke in that interview yesterday, like these tables are tough. They're like, if you see the break board and the caliber of players here, there hasn't been a century break. And normally these guys would be hammering tons in relatively regular sized pockets, but there's goalkeepers in them. I'm nearly sure there is.
Green ball. Renat Denkha, 1.
I feel like Renat is getting stronger as the tournament goes on too. Like, I don't know how much he's actually practicing at the minute. Like, he's no, I was talking to him a little bit earlier on. He's very busy. He has his own business. He has a young family, and like, he just seems to be getting stronger and stronger as the event goes on. So like, I definitely wouldn't write him off in any shape or form to actually win the championship. You know. In kind of a weird spot here. You can't really see the edge of the pack. Is he going to go after one? The dumb shot. That was the only kind of real safety he had there. No, like, it's at the stage of the tournament where playing ridiculous pots or anything like that, you're just going to get absolutely punished. You know, 30, 40, 50 if you're going to take on anything mad, you know. So in the other game, it is now 2-0 to Elliot Bailey. Which we have it streaming on my Facebook channel, the AMC Q Sports. So if anyone wants to have a look at that game as well, flick over and have a look at it. Tough shot here with the rest. I find these are very easy to cut across them. Again, I can't stress enough. Like he actually turned that down. That's how tough the pockets are playing. I swear to God, they're like, even shots that I found straight blues into the middle. Like if I was a little bit on the cushion, it just takes every ounce of every ounce of like concentration and cueing to actually put them in the hole. So they're definitely not forgiven.
Definitely would concur on the corner pockets. Definitely, especially on our TV table, I've been covering it all weekend long, and that top right corner has refused a lot more than it's taken in.
No, little mistake by Rodney. Yeah, has he left much into the middle? Looking at Renat's body language, I don't think he's left anything an easy opener anyway. Anything he has to the right hand side is actually he's bridging, and that's an absolute four out of 10 for good lads, you know. You might be able to have some sort of decent bridge. He doesn't like it. I wouldn't be surprised if he turned it down and played safe. Clip the one near the middle and try bring the white up near the yellow and the blue. You know, because as I said, like, is there value in going for anything crazy against the likes of Rodney Goggins, because you're just going to get punished? And like, and this, the way the tournament has been going, it is all match play snooker. Just take your medicine and hide.
So Rodney let off a little bit. That mistake on his previous shot didn't really allow Renat to get in.
I'm going to really go for this thin clip into the left middle. Like, he doesn't have any easy safety shot. The only thing he's absolutely blowing into all those reds there on the right hand side as well. Oh, that was an interesting shot. I wondered if he actually tried to play off the knuckle to come back. Like, I have to say, Rodney, I know him for years, and he's actually a very good billiards player as well. Some of the shots that, you know, some people would just know from snooker, he brings a lot of education of different types of shots as well, because of his billiards background as well, you know.
Yeah, that might be the one advantage that the overseas players do have, because there is a lot more billiards being played, where a lot of people in North America, when you mention billiards, just think the whole encompass of pool and snooker and all that stuff. But there's an actual game called billiards.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people playing it in Ireland. Like, there is a community of players and good players at that, but I think Rodney's only kind of the main player that crosses over and plays the billiards and plays snooker at the highest level in Ireland and Europe. Well, in Europe, there's I can't speak for Europe. I just know of the billiards players in Ireland. Now, he got really unlucky. Look at that! Like, he's in no man's land there. pace on this.
Foul and miss. Rodney Goggins, 4.
I wouldn't be surprised if he put him back, even though he does have a pot to the left corner.
You're just going to want to gauge, can you make few more points than you would get with the penalty points?
Back.
He's not liking it, so.
Put it back. Like that just shows, again, the tables are just tough, really tough. You nearly want to be easy opener.
It's a better attempt here.
Good shot.
He's fortunate enough to cannon into that black. It's left a long to mid-range for Renat.
Little teaser, and Renat is good at these. He used to just punch him in around a couple of cushions.
Yeah, there does look like there's an escape route. But who needs escape when you can put a red into the bottom of the pocket?
He said took a bit of a square bounce off the cushion, but it's after working out perfect for him. Great chance. Look at all the balls are there for him right now.
It's like taking your basket out into the farm and just picking cherries off the tree.
As Darren Taylor says, you just go in and mind your work, just nothing stupid. He's unlucky. He's missed it.
Renat Denkha, 1.
That can happen. Sometimes all the balls are all over the place like that, and you actually get too excited. You're like, this is too good to be true, and you take your eye off an easy one. But at least I do, I suppose. There's that corner pocket you were talking about, Dave.
Good shot at Rodney there, showing his excellent temperament. Nothing seems to phase him. Nothing seems to phase Renat.
He's unbelievable. Like, and that's the difference in those top players. Like, they don't show a whole pile of emotion because you don't really want to give anything away to your opponent. Like, another player that was here that Renat bet in the quarters, Brendan Donoghue, he is a poker face in it. You know, I played. He's one of my best friends, and I played him last night. And I was trying to, get a couple of smiles out of him, have a bit of fun. But they'd be good poker players anyway. Like just speaking on the Irish guys here, while they're in a safety battle, they've been so good since they came over. Rodney, Brendan, Davey, like anything I asked, and I didn't even have to ask. They were brushing tables, they were cleaning balls, they were helping getting tables set up and organised, and they've been fantastic. Like, and it's been incredible to have them over. I was talking to Rodney, maybe that we'll actually get him over for a week or two in the US, and if anyone wants him to travel around and do a bit of coaching and stuff like that, he's an encyclopedia of snooker.
And a pretty good sandwich builder too.
Yeah, that's the Irish style. So Rodney made the streamers a few sandwiches yesterday, so the guys are doing everything at the minute.
Well, no, if I had my druthers, where's a good old-fashioned meat pie?
If you come
I'll have
over,
to save that for Ireland.
you get well looked after and well fed now if you come over. So this frame is turning scrappy. All the balls are still there to be got. Like there's still 5 or 6 out in the open, but like they can't seem to get in at them at the minute.
Yeah, the table's almost gone a little Lynchian with the beautiful color balls on one side and the pesky red ants on the other.
No, I know it's only still early in the game, but like 2-0 and 1-1 is crucial. Like if Renat can get in, he's gone favourite for the match all of a sudden. Yeah, so I see that as Andy being the new academy in Ireland, I have not. I was in the old Ivy rooms. The old Ivy rooms and the old Ivy rooms, but I haven't been in the new SBI Academy yet, but it's supposed to be an unbelievable facility. You having a pop at this? But there's a bit of pace on this coming back down and a good chance for Rodney. But again, it's into that little pesky corner pocket that you were talking about. It's like, see the one there that like looks naturally the straighter shot. Like I'd imagine if the pockets were a little bit more generous, he'd be taking that on and screwing it, trying to screw back for the black. But he's kind of playing it contained, like a bit of safety in mind with it, you know.
Yeah, interesting shot choice. I agree with you, Andy. That one kind of more out in the open, more of a straighter shot. But you know your own percentages. That's a key factor to becoming a great snooker player. Know what works for you and know when you got to run and hide.
Yeah, and look, that's what the good players bring to a game. They just know when to go and they know when to come back, and this a snooker brain is developed with experience.
It's almost like sounding like the Kenny Rogers song. You know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yeah. We still haven't all walked away either, you know. I don't think we ever will.
Oh, once snooker gets in your veins, it's definitely tough to walk away from the game.
Oh, 100%. Like, yeah, you'll always see old heads coming back playing tournaments, even if you haven't seen them for maybe 5-10 years or however long it is. And all it takes is someone to see it on Facebook, or someone to, like the World Championship coming up in Sheffield or something like that, and you just start getting the itch again. Like a big event for us in Ireland is the Munster Club and All Ireland Club Championships in Killarney, and all the players come back for that. It doesn't matter who they are, and they all seem to come back for that one. The balls are starting to bundle up there big time, aren't they?
True, it's getting a little of a messy frame here.
You know, we should be calling a re-racking out here any moment. I was actually playing Brendan O'Donoghue yesterday, and I actually asked him, did he want a re-rack, and there was only 5 reds left. They were gone so bad.
They'll definitely played that shot with an element of safe there for Rodney.
Yeah, this is getting very messy. Like, look at where those balls are. Good chance for Rodney. Is there? That one into the middle. He might have just been a little bit of impatience by Renat, to be honest. Like, he just went and had a pop at one.
Yeah, kind of slashed at that one a little bit, really got into it.
like he's a naturally aggressive player anyway, though. That's the thing. But you know, like Rodney's definitely a little bit more methodical kind of sort of a player. Like, no, he can obviously score really heavy as well, but he seems to keep his patience all throughout. That's Joy Snooker too. Styles make fights as well, don't they? Chance just to put a few points on the board anyway. Like even if it's only like 14 or 15, you're just like the way those reds are. Like eventually the reds will open up, but like you don't want to be going in trying to open up those reds and you're 30 points down.
Nine.
There's a good battle going on there in the other table as well at the second chance tournament. They're in their final now, so it's Barry from the Netherlands and Bob and Nanny from New Jersey. Like two very good players, so that should be a good game over there as well.
11.
You taking this red on, Andy? On the right cushion?
Not a hope. Eat and run. Get your 14 and get out of there. I know. He probably will take it on though, because like the balls are so bad that like he might only give up 8 this time.
Some beautiful shot there of the facilities here at the Sacramento Snooker and Billiards Room in Sacramento, California. It's the 2025 inaugural U.S. Snooker Masters. It's David Burney in the booth, joined alongside tournament director and player sometimes, Andy McCloskey.
Yeah, sometimes, very sometimes, but I know I'm trying to get better at snooker again all of a sudden after all these years off. So, it was nice just to try and run a tournament from scratch and see how I get on. You know, just try to use my sports management background and see if I could, like, it's very easy to go to a tournament and criticize everything. Let's go and run one and see how you get on. You know what I mean? So it's
Can you repeat that?
So, like I'm just saying, like, you know, it's very easy to turn up to a tournament and criticize. Oh, the tournament is like this and this is like that. But like, I just wanted to set a challenge and see, like, can I actually run a tournament? Is it easy? Is it hard or whatever it is? But it is very difficult. Like, I have to say, the likes of Stephen Wong down in Embassy and, you know, Ramel and the guys up in Seattle, Mike and Christian, it's like, hats off. It's not easy, and of course you have your BC Open next week as well, so it's you have your own challenges coming up. So, but yeah, I loved it. I really did love it, and you know, it's a great facility. You know, it being the US Snooker Masters, I'm really hoping that I maybe take it, I don't know, to a different state or to the East Coast or to the middle of the country. To try actually kind of shop it around and promote snooker on the US as well. So, like, who knows? I'm definitely not going to think about it for about 3 weeks after this anyway.
Fantastic, yeah.
Pink ball.
A lot of us don't do things because they're easy. The late great, as we're in the U.S., the United States President John F. Kennedy once said, "We choose to go to the moon, not because it's easy, but because it is hard."
Yeah, that's for sure. He's from Ireland, isn't he? John F. Kennedy?
I think Kennedy does have some Irish lineage, yeah? Yeah, sometimes we like to challenge ourselves just to see what we are capable of.
False stroke.
Oh, costly.
Renat Denkha 4.
The red isn't in a popular position, really, I don't think. Oh, no, it is. With the lack of sleep, I'm starting to see double now at this stage, and nice little chance to pick up a few points because there's actually 2 reds down around the black that he can get onto, and if he does get in around the black, he can stun into those 3 other reds as well. So look, not to get too far ahead of myself, but like there is opportunity for whoever gets this red.
1.
Well, you got to be mindful, obviously, of those shots that are ahead further down the path. But when you're down on the shot, you guys got to focus on the task at hand.
Oh,
so
yeah.
often than not, we've seen players just think about that next shot ever so slightly when they're on earlier shot, and then it spells disaster for them.
And it's just a case as well. People can just pop their head up really quick off a shot, and then that might force you to cue across the ball and everything. That there's so many little mistakes that can be made that lead to big mistakes.
Well, you watch a lot of these great players. Definitely the 2 in front of us, the double R's, Renat and Rodney. Pretty much, they don't move their head until ball's gone to the bottom of the pocket or all the balls have stopped on the table.
No, and like it's they probably won't know how tough the table is playing as well. That like you do have to consciously just put the ball in the hole and make sure it's at the back of the pocket before you start jumping up off it. So, but like if there is any younger people watching or people that want to learn about snooker, like definitely take note of how these guys are fundamentally setting themselves up and staying steady. And like I was once told as a kid, keep your head down, follow through, and you can't miss. You know what I mean? So many different ways to complicate this sport, but like just
14.
get the basics right and stick to a plan, you know.
Sounds like you know a thing about this coaching thing. I think you are actually the United States head coach. For anyone tuning in, how do they get in touch with you if they wanted some lessons or some evaluation?
Yes, and they can send me a Facebook message, or snooker is a small world over here. Like feel free to get my number off a friend that might have it or whatever. Like it's a big world, but it's small. Like the snooker community is small, so anyone that wants any lesson plans or anything like that, just let me know and I'll send them on to you. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to be traveling all over the country giving in-person lessons. Like there is little lesson plans that people can get, and just give them something to do in their solo practice rather than going in and just whacking balls around on their own, you know. I think Davy Morris is ahead in that frame and the other one. Not sure on the yellow.
15, 14, 15.
It's
1-5.
lowly roll it, gave it the pocket every chance to swallow it up.
Is the black over the middle? I can't really see it. Is it in a potable position?
Well, looks like you remembered your glasses today, so...
I know. I don't think you'll ever let me forget that one anyway.
Oh, I think we can have a good chuckle of it now. Obviously, in the moment, terror was in your mind,
God.
but...
1.
So if anyone that didn't know, I went to the Pan Americans in Montreal from California, which is about a 5-hour flight, and just as the plane was taking off, I was doing the checklist in my head, and I realised I forgot my snooker glasses, but like luckily my wife shipped them over, or done an overnight FedEx for about $300 to get them to me. But I would have had to pull out the tournament. I couldn't see a ball. I had to play one match without the glasses, and I was absolutely I've seen 4 balls.
I do remember there was that. That was quite a funny story, as well as your expectations. I remember when you were coming into Montreal, you heard that they speak this different language, French, and you thought maybe little pockets here and there, not realizing the entire province speaks French.
I was in shock when I landed in Toronto. I was like, I thought I was after landing in Europe. Like, a great place though. That Montreal, the food was unbelievable. Like the city was gorgeous. Like I definitely love to go back and. I wonder will Rodney try lay a snooker here, or will he try just get the points on the board and play good safety off the last red? I think is he going to pot the yellow? Took the points. This is not an easy safety, like, because the red is so close to the top cush.
I don't know if he can come off this red and possibly get in behind that black and blue.
Red. Ah, good shot. In behind the pink. No.
So he's crawling back a little bit into this second frame.
Looks like Davy Morris is potting a few there to go 2-1.
So nice pace on that attempt for Renat, giving it a chance to go into that top left middle, and then the amount of pace it was rolling, it wasn't just going to sit over the top right. It's gone safe. Wonder if Rodney tries a cut back double into the corner pocket.
He needs a bit of cover here, I think. I don't think he got it. Wonder how aggressive Renat will be at this now. So it's gone 2-1 in the other match to Ali Bailey is 2-1 up on David Morris.
Definitely went for it.
Definitely did. I like his style though. He is killer be killed at times, like, you know.
Kind of live by the sword, die by the sword mentality.
Yeah. He's left a little tin clip here as well that he can get the white up as well. Good shot, and he's on the pink. That is a big 6 points or 7 points to try close out this to go 2-0.
Dangerous shot with all that Q power, but
Yeah,
big risk, big reward.
He seemed like he just didn't play it with a little bit of a little bit of spin to bring it out, but he got a lot of screw into it.
Renat Denkha, 7.
A shot like that is very important. That like if he left that yellow closer to the cushion, it's way easier to get out of the snooker. Rodney can obviously swerve it, but just to the point that like it's always nice to try leave a back door that like give more of a chance to miss, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting. In our quarterfinals, we had Daniel Wormsley and Ali on it, and it was a whitewash for Ali, but we wouldn't have predicted that, and they were pretty close frames.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to see any frames where they're close.
There was times I think Daniel just struggled a little bit to when he was in make profitable breaks. That was maybe the one thing that was the difference.
Yeah, like I was refereeing the other match there, and any time I kind of looked over, Dan had missed the odd one, like, and I thought he'd be riding high because he told me he this morning got the email going to be going to the qualifiers in the for Sheffield. So he's after getting the spot to go try to get to the Crucible.
Well, I'll be over there, so I told him you have to, get through the qualifiers, and you got to win the first round because I'll be making it over for when the second round goes until the final.
Ah, very good, very good.
Taking this yellow on, Andy into the green pocket.
Oh, I don't know. That, like,
up 8 points, like up a frame.
Where's the white gonna go? Like the white might be going closer to the blue and the black. I like actually going in behind it and kicking it back down the table. That pop, put a bit of spin as well.
2.
That's why I'm sitting here as well, isn't it?
Sure. They do like to make us out to be fools in the commentary booth from time to time, these players. It's a great opportunity for Renat.
5.
Yeah, he lost the white there a little bit. I think he needs the blue, but he would like to have just made sure that he was getting the brown, But this brown is not a gimme.
Renat Denkha, 5.
Oh, what's the white gonna do? Oh,
It's going to really annoy Rodney. That's what it's going to do.
he's stuck as well. Oh my god.
Got dentist appointments that are nicer than that.
That is for sure. So he realistically has 2 goals at this. He has to get it before he be
Oh, you
leaving
didn't
him with
ride him.
snookers.
Okay.
Oh, it's 33-25 on the board there. And then Renat made a yellow and a green.
Yeah, I don't think there's an issue with the scores. I did.
I don't think so either. Those crafty snooker players are always trying to get an advantage here or there.
No, I'm sure that's not the case, but no, like sometimes it just happens. You know what I mean? That then, like, put a point or two either way is going to be massive.
So it's still 5, but the question was if he counted the pink and the red. No, before. Well, there was the last red and the pink.
So as you can see on the bottom of the screen, Christian Youngers and the referee Bazimir are just kind of going back in time, looking at the stream.
He didn't score the pink. Yeah.
It's giving Rodney a little more time to relax his nerve. Think about it. So I guess a pink and black, or a pink and red was not marked.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
You, Ernest, you said at the start of this match, everyone, me and you, are responsible for our scores. Right. You can't be looking into the crowd here. You're responsible for your score. I knew you needed the brown. You shouldn't have to be looking for the crowd to help you. You're responsible for your score. I'm responsible for your score. That man there in the denim jacket.
Just a little discussion over at the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're just confirming like the scoring system, and so it's like Ernst, the referee hasn't been putting up the score, so it's up to the players to put up their own.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's all squared away anyway. They're good to go.
That's the tough part. Obviously, you got to feel for a player sometimes. Obviously, Rodney is, quote unquote, a team sport game. He is the away team right here. Renat might be having a little home field advantage. Just goes back to what I like to preach. Sometimes we need lots of people behind the scenes to help out. And being scorekeeping is the best thing in the house.
What a hit by Rodney, and he's kept it safe as well. Maybe he has a tin clip on this, but the brown is huge because there's a good chance for a good snooker in behind that black as well and blue.
Yeah, I've only got to know Rodney
the
this trip, but he's been around the game for so long and just values fair play, which is the utmost importance. As long as both players, they come to the agreement, it's almost like sometimes when there's non-officiating referees in a match, and if a colored ball goes on the wrong spot and players don't notice it until a few shots time, no real foul is done and they just leave it as it lies.
Good shot by Rodney. Now this is a shot that he could put Renat in trouble. Yeah, I think the issue was that he forgot to put up a red and the pink at the last red, and then
Correct.
it might have been someone in the crowd that told him to put it up, but
or he was, I think Renat was just a bit concerned, so he reached out to the crowd to ask if that was the possibility, and Rodney was arguing that at the beginning of the match
9.
they made a arrangement that each player keeps their own score, and that's what they have to stay true to.
yeah. So Rodney's after fluking the blue, but he's left with a tricky pink here. You can see how tight he would have been behind the black. Like maybe he would actually prefer to keep the blue up. I don't know, we're in a black
15.
ball all of a sudden.
And it's a little...
And I don't think that goes into the corner.
It's thinner than a Finnish pancake. It is off the cushion a little. Let's take a little look at our vantage point on the live table. Oh, it's tough.
No, that does not go. Like, I think he'd be trying to put his back up in the top cushion.
Yeah, this one's building up big. This is only the second frame, but coming down to a final black, it's always devastating to lose it on that last black, but thrilling if you're to take the frame on it.
Went for the double.
Oh,
Oh, has he gone in off? He's gone in off. That's 2-0.
False
did
stroke.
not see how that way was going to finish
Yeah,
there.
the frame.
So, on an in and off from Rodney on the final black, Renat Denkha takes a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 semi-final match. And McCloskey and David Burney in the booth. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial break and be back with a very exciting and important frame 3.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So the issue was that you.
not saying anything.
No, that's not the issue. He made it up.
Okay.
I already know that I need the brown, right? I played the brown. I missed it, right? I went put 5, which is yellow and green. I put 5, and I see, even if I make the brown,
Get back in your chair. Either go to the bathroom or sit in your chair. There's no talking, no coaching.
No,
Go-
no,
go-
no.
no, it's not coach.
And we're back here with frame 3 of this exciting semi-final. Lots of drama going on here. Renat Denkha with a 2-0 advantage. Big frame here for the Irishman.
Yeah, you almost feel like he's in a maybe kind of a must-win situation for Mr. Goggins.
Yeah, Rodney obviously has been around this game for a long time, so he's probably been in situations where he's trailed and his opponent needs one frame to win and he's roared back, but it's definitely not a situation you really like to be in all the time. And a nice opening red with that rest. And we'll see what he can make of it here. Few reds open.
Nice to have Andy in the booth. Get to talk about all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. He's done awesome effort. Once again, kudos to Andy for everything he's doing here this tournament.
Definitely, it's a big undertaking, put tournaments together. A lot of spinning wheels, that's for sure.
Don't we know it?
It's one thing. He's got 35 players to deal with, but obviously not an owner of this room, so he has to deal with the stipulations that the room puts on. And then sometimes some people are traveling from afar, so you have to act as travel agent.
Looks like it's going to be now back to the safety battle. Good on Rodney here to get that red that's leaked out back into the pack.
It's maybe a slight advantage to not just being ahead 2 frames to nothing. He is an impressive break builder, so you wonder if he might just get a little sniff of potentially a red and a color afterwards that he might go for it. As in the early stages, he might be content just to keep playing safe.
Off the red. Almost flukes it, but going to be leaving this over the pocket. No, it's played it
One.
perfectly. Nice little drag shot. Hole for the black. We have drama, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah, it's got a nice little angle. Also, you maybe can just cannon into that open red on the right to hold for that red that's closest to the top left corner. Oh, you got a nice angle that he could just stun it and hold for that red instead.
Yeah, it was just
It's a little tough from our camera angles.
needing to get just a bit high on this red so we can come off the top cushion.
Nine. 16.
That black passes that red. The one that he's on goes in, but
17.
see it doesn't as Rodney's coming up to play for the pink.
He's got a perfect angle here. None of these reds are potable to the right corner pocket, as you can see here, but it's got the loose red next. Oh, I kind of missed that a bit. Saw there he potted it into the thicker part of the pocket.
23.
If you wanted to get straighter on this red.
Still with his cue ball covering that pink spot. Pink goes the highest point value available. In this case, it's the blue. So coming off this red, it's not a problem. Pink right in the middle of the table.
24.
Oh, he's got a nice angle to really smash open these reds. Hoping for a bit of luck when he goes into the bunch. It's not taking it on.
If you guys are watching the second TV table as well, that one's starting to get a little closer. 2-1 up, and the frame score is Ali Alabaidli, but David Morris coming back in this one, 47-9 in this current frame, try to tie it up at 2-2.
26.
Oh, he's got down for a red, but boy, is this difficult.
Very tricky, this one.
Probably going to play it safe by giving it some pace and coming up that top cushion towards the bulk area.
Shot
Rodney
that.
Goggins, 26.
Yeah, a good pace, like you said. This also doesn't leave the red over the hole. It's got the left edge of the pack here, Renat, so you can get a pretty straightforward safety up table. It's a bit thin, but it widened off of that first cushion. Fairly okay. Do we have a plan to hit ahead, though?
Always scary with those safety shots of, you hit it just a little too thick and in-off could happen into one of the top corner pockets.
I think these reds are on a plant. Chose not to take it, though. Trying to play the aggressive safety and open up a lot of the reds here. One saving grace might be that he's tight to this bulk cushion, but that is leaked over the pocket. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. He's got it's a bit of an angle, obviously, so he can come off top cushion. Then if he judges the weight correctly, he'll be onto the pink.
One.
A little bit short. It's kind of a weird shot, that one. You almost want to hit it less pace to get to bounce better off of that cushion since you're putting so much topspin. Topspin ends up kind of killing the pace off of the ball after it immediately hits the top cushion.
With brown not being on its spot, he does have a bigger area to go in and out of bulk with this pink.
True. Pink spot is blocked, so it will be respotting on the black.
Renat
Too
Denkha,
thick into the
1.
pocket. All match long, he's had pretty consistent pre-shot routine, but I think he might have rushed that one a bit. Slipped the potable red into the right middle, but he's so straight in this shot. He's gonna have to pinch the pocket a bit, I think, to avoid following it in off into the corner, into the middle. So as a result, just gonna pass it up. Tables are playing tough. Gotta be patient. Overcut that. Kinda twisted his arm into it as well. Saw his tip follow through. Awful lot to the right.
Fortunate for him, he's definitely able to find the path and then just get a nice kiss off the pink to put his cue ball into bulk. So maybe just a calculated miss there by Renat. Obviously, Rodney has the advantage in this frame, leading by 34 points to nothing. But Renat is leading the match 2 frames
Oh, wow.
to 0.
Look at this shot here. Let's put his hand up.
Yeah, this is a big escape here. Just how those reds are spaced out there and with the pink on the middle of the table. And make sure everything is safe.
He's trying to tap this right red down the right cushion. It's a good shot. It's left a few reds doubled up, I believe. It's actually pretty close.
And just an update from our other semifinal match. They're knotted at 2 apiece. So that best of 7 is now turned into a best of 3.
One.
I'm trying to hook him behind this yellow, I believe. No, I went for the pot. He's gone enough again.
Oh, very close.
5.
Happened in the previous frame almost identically, but off of a red, from what I understand.
That's when having tight pockets is a nice feeling.
Might not make any balls, but you're never going to scratch. It's going to be shooting down onto this ball, so it's going to require some good cueing. Any bet off center is going to shoot the white offline. He went a bit thick into the
6.
pocket and didn't want that cannon as a... Now I'm going to have to play a safety up table most likely. Black's not potable.
Pink ball.
Pink elected. Gonna rub off the right side of it. Try to get it behind the blue. 2 cushions. Maybe the other side.
Rodney
1
Goggins,
cushion.
6.
I think a bit thinner contact was in order there.
Foul stroke. Rodney Goggins, 4.
Sure. It's nice chatting a little bit with Andy, and obviously he's feeling good, obviously, about the tournament, but it isn't over yet, and sometimes when we get down to the final stages, that's when a lot of drama can happen on and off the table. So he's always got to be on his toes. Come Sunday night, that's the time when he can let out a breath of fresh air.
Did you get 4 for the foul?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
The brown is covered up. Yeah, there might be a little pathway. Is there a bit of the red that Renat can cut that in the left middle? It's thin. He's missing it. He's going to leave his red down at the top end.
Choosing just to roll up on this red means usually he's in a tight spot. It's time for Rodney to put his foot on the gas. Maybe sense a weakness, or gonna keep putting defensive pressure on.
It's another thing we haven't really discussed a lot this weekend. It's so tough, this game, that sometimes the switch from offense to defense can be a little murky.
This looks pretty decent.
Especially when you get in a good safety battle with your opponent. Sometimes when you have an opportunity to play a pot, you forget how to pot. So 44-1 for Rodney Goggins. His third frame, very important frame for the Irishman, as he does not want to go down 3 frames to none.
Looks a little bit close, but not going to be angled here. Did have excellent length on that ball with the white. Now Rodney kind of playing the same type of safety as Renat from earlier, trying to lay the white up against one of these reds on the right side of the table, but this one's going to leave some space and something offensive if he wants. Not sure the reward here, though. Not an easy color to play for next. Oh, he's trying to zip this cue ball. He's gotten a lot out of it, too.
Sure, he really had to make his opportunity for a color there. So putting that extra bit of power on there makes the pot a bit more difficult, but he was successful and got a nice angle on this yellow to come back down table.
Renat Denkha, 1.
Ooh, this blue's going to block something? Nope.
I think there's a path for that red into the top left, but once again, where's the reward after that red?
Nah, there is none, so safety it is. Oh, great pot. He could have avoided the cannon in the black, so really good shot. Even Rodney thought he was
One.
thinking safety, but got back up and sat back down. Great pot from Renat. It's got one open red to play with. Tough one. Couple of tough reds down the right long rail. Good shot.
5.
You can see one of our sponsors for the tournament, Hydrate. Rodney sporting a bottle of it for his match. Good
6.
shot with the rest, but
Yeah,
might
you
have
sorry, Christian.
drifted far for the blue. Excuse me.
Just stating, yeah, if you want to need some help getting your brand out there, reach out to us. There's always great sponsorship abilities with these snooker tournaments.
And at every level too. It can be as smallest donation. Can be head stream sponsor. Plenty of opportunity. Especially if you want to support the game like we do.
And our reach is global.
11.
Seeing players, or not players, viewers tuned in all weekend long for all over the globe. Obviously, it helps when there's a fellow country person involved in the tournament, as there was an influx of the Dutch over this weekend.
Tough shot. He needed to hit it pretty hard there, but maybe pinch the pocket a bit to the right so you can sort of stun to get in line with the black and then let
Blue ball.
the draw take. But end of break, barring some magnificent long pot.
Renat Denkha.
Almost
12.
like that blue.
Oh, for Renat, not bad.
Yeah, slowly crawling him back into this third frame. Only 30-point difference and 51 on the table.
Keeps him in it, preventing Rodney from getting another few double-digit breaks to try to close out the frame with reds on the table. But here's a mistake maybe from Rodney. Needs the white to run behind the yellow. It's at least lined up kind of awkward. Nothing offensive here, I don't think. Maybe, though, chance for an attacking safety. Try to screw off this red and open up the reds that are on the right side of the table. If you can get behind blue. Yeah, he's cannon into that red. So now 2 reds out in the open. Nice attacking safe.
True. Looks like he does have the snooker.
It's a smart shot there. I think you could also hear Rodney saying, good shot. Uh-oh.
False stroke.
Quite
Renat
unlucky.
Denkha. 4.
Just seen it all tournament long. A player makes a phenomenal shot, and they reward an in-off. It's coming 4 foul points to their partner, our opponent, and putting their partner back in the D with ball in hand.
Kind of fortunate actually for Rodney. You would imagine who wouldn't have left a safe red there, and probably an easier potting opportunity for Renat, but as the rolls go, he's gonna have to play a good shot regardless. Don't know if he can put the white all the way to the left part of the D and get a look at this lower red. Choosing to open up the second red. The third red, excuse me, and this is gonna glide in behind the blue-green. Second reward.
Yeah, millimeters just almost got a nice flick on that yellow just to go on the other side of the blue, but still this is no fun for Rodney. You can see cueing over that blue ball, only going to hit the top of the white. Got to be mindful that it doesn't want to put any unwanted side on it.
Tricky, tricky. It's good contact. It's got a decent cue ball, so nice shot to not leave anything easy. Really not leave anything at all, I don't think.
Oh, he's fortunate. Great shot there. Almost thought he was going to be playing for the blue, but second prize gets a $10 donation to the stream. Oh, very nice try there.
Renat Denkha, 4.
Yeah, I think Renat's going to be happy to just rest in his chair and just see what Rodney can do with this.
Very interesting route, but he's going to get it this time, I think. Really good shot. Nice escape from Rodney using the running right-hand side. Catch the 2 cushions and get a nice line to go 4 cushions into that red. It's going to leave a shot, though. Renat's going to be shooting at this, knowing his style. Be surprised
Sure.
if not, but I guess there is still another good snooker to lay.
Ooh, is it there? Oh, I
1.
thought it was going to be a bit short, but it just got an angle on the yellow to come back down the table.
It's coming around the rails there instead of just following it in. Means he can let his stroke out, but ooh, he's going to get fortunate and come short
3.
side on this position. Does he have an angle here now to flirt with this black-red cluster at the bottom end of the table? Bottom of our screen, I guess.
Four.
He might just roll up real tight to
Yep.
this black.
Nice thing is the black's going to be stopped by the red, so take that into account. thinking with the angle he has, he might have to hit the black, play off the top cushion, and then roll onto it. It's just going to be tricky, the pace, getting it right.
Either way, Lux for this. He's got to hit the black.
If you could, though, you would like to separate the balls enough to make the red potable.
Renat Denkha, 4.
No, it's gone wrong. He's left an edge. Oh, Rodney's got a tight one. Needs it to hold. Snooker is there.
Touching ball.
Yeah, the one reason why referee Basimer said touching ball on that black is if that black was to move at all, it would have been a foul, as much as the red is the object ball.
Now, I have a question here is, you say if the black was to move at all, what about if vacating the space of the white up against the black caused it to move and rock towards the white? Would that still be considered a foul? Because in that case, you cannot escape a foul in reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think as a referee, you'd have to make sure of that point, right? You have to check if the black moves in any direction except for towards the white. Then it would.
That's a good point there. Yeah. These reds sometimes these balls like to get close together, and when they feel like they're separating, they might want to roll back and rekindle the friendship.
Right,
So.
especially with, depending on the type of nap on the table, it's much more likely to happen. Sort of thicker nap might motivate that type of rocking motion.
And even in the clubs that we see here, the rooms, obviously everyone's trying to get the most precise, pristine conditions, but it's tricky. I don't think you see it too much on the pro ranks because they're getting highly skilled mechanics to pretty much set up the tables for the tournament.
Smith hit that shot completely.
Renat Denkha,
This could be
4.
disaster for Rodney. Renat with a great chance. Thanks, David Brock. Just making sure that logically makes sense.
Clearly, Jim, that is illogical. So,
Scores up to date.
consultation of the scoreboard just to make sure everything is correct. And that is where we are. 14 points in it. Rodney with the advantage in this third frame, but 35 points on the table.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It baffles me when you get some players that just don't really score appropriately because it seems very simple. It's kind of just any points that you produce, whether it's for yourself or it's foul points for your opponent, you mark them yourself. Any points somebody else scores, whether it's for themselves or for myself, they score them. So it's extremely simple, but some players, and I don't know, not necessarily in this tournament, I just seen around it,
It's just
don't understand that concept.
Yeah, that's a great etiquette philosophy right there. Any points that you're responsible for, whether it's for you or against you, you should mark them.
Yeah. It makes it so easy.
Keep it simple.
Especially because you're always going back to your seat at the end of that moment. So you go back to your seat, mark it. The other person has a clean bill of health to come at the table.
Yeah, you already got enough things going on. It's not like, wait, I'm marking my points, but then you're marking my fouls, but I mark your fouls, and it just can really make your brain scramble. So
no need for any of that.
Definitely would be a big steal for Renat if he's able to take it.
3.
Balls are all out there. Does he need the pink though?
He will need that pink. It's not in the best position, and black's kind of in a tough position as well. They're not in ideal, but they're not in terrible positions.
Yeah, pink is required for the win, not the black. So really it's going to be all about keeping a tidy cue ball amongst these shots. Oh, lost it there. Just didn't
5.
strike through it. I think he might have been a little bit possessed by trying to really pot that ball clean. This looks close. They're looking at the line, both players. It's kind of where Rodney's sitting, that line, and he's not
Definitely
getting
looks
down.
really close on our end.
Might just be able to clip it in. It's like, can he overcut it? Probably yes, but get enough to cut it in. Oh, and it's there. But watch out, cue ball.
9.
Just shows how deceiving these pictures on the computer and television screens can be.
Still in a weird one. Brown doesn't really pass neatly past the blue. Looks pretty close. I think he's just playing the safety here. Force follow. Get in behind the blue with the white. Or can he make it? When in doubt, he can make it. He can make it. He got a decent zip on that cue ball
12.
there. Now I was just looking at how can he get on this pink. Wants to be at least parallel with it. So he can
17.
reach over the table with his right-handedness, and this is perfect.
All he needs is this pink. This is his frame ball to increase his advantage to 3 frames to none. What a steal here for the man from Chicago, Renat Denkha. Oh, and it's
knocked it in.
Wow. Good round of applause there. So Renat Denkha's got an impressive 3-0 lead in this best of 7 semifinal match. But Rodney's a tough competitor. He's not going to go down quietly. So let's see what happens when we come back for frame 4 of this exciting semifinal match.
It's a break.
And welcome back to Sacramento, California, host of the 2025 U.S. Snooker Masters. It was nice to have Andy in the booth, as he is the tournament director and the one guy that has really speared this tournament, and he has no qualms about having it travel throughout the great land of the USSA. Obviously, Andy lives here in Sacramento, so the commute to the tournament hub isn't that bad.
Yeah.
But he'd love to take this great tournament, as it's the first one, and I think it's going to get a lot of traction. But he's definitely hoping, he can find the East Coast and maybe somewhere in Middle America. Alan Fluck comes to us the way of Kansas City, originally from Oklahoma, and that's right in the middle of the US of A. So, while these two guys have a safety battle, just an update on our other scores. It looks like David Morris has a 3-2 frame advantage over there, and they've just started their 6th frame. Oh, that's a great long pot there by Renat. He does a little bit of house money here. Up 3-0. If obviously he's down 3-0, I think he would have refused that long red. And this could be trouble for Rodney, because Renat is definitely a proficient break builder. He's just having a look to see if there's a good red to carry on, or you might want to just roll up on that yellow.
It's a good shot. I think he might have
3.
wanted to roll a little bit more, just to maybe have a different red option, but he only has the one left of the cushion, but the one out in the open, top of the 3 in the bunch, the left of the pink. I like this. This is a good bet to place. It's the over-under on Dave saying, ladies and gentlemen, in the presentation tomorrow. I put it pretty high. What do you think, Dave? Now that you're biased by this comment.
Yeah. You've jinxed it there, because
I'm going to say 100% now.
now I'm taking side bets. So, if anyone wants to get 6, just, slip me a cool 50 and we'll see if we can help you out on that.
A cool 50, that's it? Okay. Well, stake here from Rodney. Gotta think momentum is all in Renat's direction, and so far he's been stronger offensive player
1.
in a couple of these frames, so it's gonna be very deliberate in this break, especially if the black and pink can get respotted. He knows he's capable of that single visit to close out the match.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see SI147 having a little fun in the chat, but just going to take a guess
8.
here. Maybe what's the over-under on a Sargon-Isaac match?
In general?
Yeah.
I don't know.
9.
Over under that it'll be more than 3 hours at 1 a.m. in the morning last night. Probably pretty over if I had to pick. Not that I'm talking from experience or anything, but
One thing that I wouldn't have picked, obviously, is our quarterfinals that was on the TV table was a whitewash, and we're on the verge of a whitewash here, and that I did not see.
right.
I think last night as the Sweet 16
14.
started, Andy was definitely feeling, no offense to all the other players, but like this is like where we get serious.
Right.
And to see whitewashes happen, they just don't happen all the time. It's quite surprising.
Renat Denkha, 14.
Big miss from Renat. Yeah, Sargon, we're just messing with you. Appreciate the thanks. There was a bit of a I guess you could call it conflicting decision to put this match or the other semifinal on the TV table, since I believe if Andy had to pick, he would choose the other match for spectators to watch. However, for the sake of tournament fairness, Ali had just played a match in the quarterfinals on this table. And both now Ali and David have
One.
played 2 matches on the TV table each, as well as Renat and Rodney had each played only 1 match on the TV table. So kind of like the stars aligned, let both players get a match each, or 2 matches each on the TV table, make the final a bit more fair. So don't let the same player continually play on the same table. We swapped over to this one, and I don't think we could have gone wrong in either way, in my opinion.
No, I'd say it's definitely a flip of a coin toss. The caliber of these 4 semifinalists is surely great. So
4.
I don't think you can blame the programming director at all for putting this semifinal on the TV table as opposed to the other. But if you go to AMC Sports, I believe it is, that's Andy McCloskey's coaching sports Facebook page, they are streaming that other semifinal. So check that out on Facebook. There's a shot of the IBSF world champion Ali, who's trailing right
Rodney
now
Goggins, 4.
in that frame, or in that match, 3 frames to 2. But Ali's a fighter, as we've seen all tournament long.
Yeah, there's David at the table on a break. We'll stay tuned on that one and keep track of what's going on, especially as the end of that match approaches. There's less frames available there than there are here to play. That's a good shot, good white. Doesn't want to cannon the blue. Nicely done. It's a great shot. Tricky maneuvering the white there, coming in steep underneath the black, but 2 cushions and missing the blue. Oh, kind of a little bit steep, but as long as he doesn't get an unlucky cannon, he's all right with this white. Another great shot. Kind of the same concept as the previous one, but just on the right side of the stack.
Yeah, I think his heart was in his throat there. That was very close to an in-off.
I think Rodney's going to be patient here. He's going to use the right red and probably double it, but the double kiss is quite close, so it's going to need to work the cue ball with a bit of side spin. It's gone for the pot. He looked at the line, I guess, between here and the middle pocket and figured he's not leaving any easy reds. He keeps it close to the cushion. And it's a tight window because that red at the top of the pack is a little dicey. This is going to leave a shot to the right middle, but it's pretty thin. Patience of Rodney tells me early in the match he probably passes this up. And no plants on. 4 reds in the line don't really go into the left pocket. Maybe the top one goes to the right corner pocket. He's in a bit of a spot here. It's gonna have to be going for this, it looks like. Or no, is he screwing back off of this red closest to the white? Yeah. Ooh, off one cushion behind black. Great shot. that red that's up by the green that's making this a very sticky situation, but I think there's a double here. Double this red to the right of the green red. Play the cue ball up by the yellow. As long as you don't get any weird cannons, should be safe. No, he's chooses to go thin on it instead and needs the red to run to not leave a pot on. Not bad. Red's gonna get close to the pocket, but good cue ball. Just held up of becoming a pretty easily potable red. This last frame turning into a bit of a slog now. Red's down the left side getting push safe, one up in bulk. No black or pink available really.
Oh, very nice containing safety there. Didn't see his pathway back to bulk. Yeah, there's a red, long red into the green pocket. Could maybe jack up and just draw back, you know, with a little bit of safety in mind, getting it close to the top cushion. Just gonna. And it might have just been a bit too dangerous of a shot for him. Obviously easy for us, Christians and I, in the booth. I think a lot of shots are good, but it's a lot tougher when you're at the table.
Oh yeah, definitely might not be last frame. Never alluded to that. What do you mean? All I'm saying is this match has much more in it than the other match. The other match is 2 frames away from being over at the most. This one has plenty of runway, especially if Rodney's gonna make the comeback here.
Renat Denkha, 4.
Wow, that red passed the blue. Surprised.
1.
Yeah, very tough to see from our monitor there. I thought those were too welded together and kind of scratching my head a little bit. Didn't know what Renat was doing there.
Yellow ball.
This Ken has been pretty unlucky to not end up on a even good look at the black, so another safety. I think we're in for a long frame here, folks.
Renat Denkha,
Maybe
1.
not. Yep, we are. Barring some big breakup or bad miss that opens up all the tied up reds, I think both players are going to be quite tentative to take any huge risks on.
Yeah, Rodney's got a little bit of a blind cut into the top left. Just the concern is that red on the top cushion. He might cannon into it if he misses. Yeah, he didn't cannon into the red, but he didn't get the pot. He's kind of pushed that red nicely out into the open for Renat, so it goes past the yellow.
He hasn't gotten away with it, unfortunately, but I think Renat's eyeing up a different red up table. Figured he can get on the black here and respot it. Might be
Sure.
more dangerous run and break.
Because he's
Store.
definitely got some reds down there. If you can get the black on the spot, you can dance around there. There's easily potentially 32 points that they can add. Already leading by 16 or 18, I should say. That'll just increase his advantage and help him get into tomorrow's final that is scheduled for 11 a.m. Pacific time.
Now, where's his black spot? It's going to be kind of close to the red he's shooting next, I think. No, it's
8.
a little below it, so... Angle here tells us the story. Has to be careful about slow rolling these balls.
9.
You can tell it's preferring to do a stun run through as opposed to just rolling the ball in. It's got 2 more loose reds down by the black, and then they're going to play for the last red on the top cushion or go back up table into bulk. This is danger mode now for Rodney. I think he's going to need some help here.
He's just helpless, just hoping for one
16.
chance, one little falter. Obviously, the clear runaway for the frame will be tough. Renat will have to do a lot of work, but Renat doing a
17.
good job to just expand his lead with these blacks.
It's a good screw shot, and I think he's got an angle going. No, it's fairly straight. Maybe going towards the top cushion slightly. So he is likely to draw back or go forward 2 cushions. I think he has to draw back. Maybe play for left middle pocket next. Oh, he was trying to get a lot more out of the white there. Actually,
24.
there's
Little space between there.
yeah, there's some space there.
Hmm.
I think you can cut this in still. Yeah, it's on.
That other red's going to deaden the pace of the cue ball.
25.
Just a bit thick into the pocket, and he hasn't tied up the blue and red either, I don't think. Yeah, he's looking there. This is a big, big chance for Renat.
Oh,
Oh my
what a
gosh.
fluke that was. He just puts his
32.
head in his hands. We all like to win, but we do like to win by ability, not by flukes.
33.
Brutal. Brutal for Rodney there.
Yeah, that's really the only time when you see some emotion from Renat. Unless he's off the table. Always got a big smile on his face. He's in the room, but that goes to a straight face when he's at the table as he's a fierce competitor.
35. $36.
How's the pace? He's going to be on the brown or the green. Yeah, played that well. Good stun shot, played across.
39.
39 break. $61 points now, so
Just needs the red.
yeah, red color. Gonna be frame ball.
40.
And it's in. Incredible. I think a lot of people had Renat with an outside chance to get to the final, but
Yeah, I guess maybe he's got a little luck of the Iraqi.
yeah, maybe.
That black
Renat
went
Denkha,
in, but
40.
well, Rodney does need a snooker. This fourth frame definitely looks the way of going towards Renat.
Still has some work to do, but I think player of his caliber has got to feel pretty comfortable here. Just gotta be careful with
Oh.
shots like that, though.
Yeah, you just don't want to give the points to your opponent there, make him earn it. So that
Yeah.
in-off would have been catastrophic for Renat.
40.
Joe Black here. Got a tall order, but there have been worse comebacks made, right? Bigger comebacks have been made, I guess.
Definitely it's nice having those two reds together. Just acts as just a little bit one more bigger red. So your target area for hit is that much easier.
It's gonna try to get him behind green or brown here. Maybe just the green. Nice. The advantage here for Rodney is that the reds are still bunched up kind of together in the same area of the table, so makes it easier to play safe for just one part of the table. Ooh, look at this.
And as well, pink is pretty safe. A ball that Rodney definitely will need.
Yeah, you could see it.
That could come out at some point in the future. However, Renat probably does not want to touch that at all. Could have a path for this red that's closest to the top left corner. A little trouble because he's up against the cushion and the ball can, but wouldn't blame him if he took it on. Just containing safety.
Not safe, though. Rodney needs the red-black, so Renat wants to keep him off of any sort of easy red-blacks if he can.
Yeah, always potential of a free ball when you get down to that final red.
He wants to get to the last red before Renat does so he can play the first solid safety. Looks like the second chance tournament just concluded on our other table on the side. Not sure who won it. We'll get update in a little bit.
I think the first lady of snooker is quite smiles, so Bob Mnami looks like he's victorious in that tournament.
Oh, no.
That's it. I think there's handshakes there. Rodney's had enough. He just isn't feeling it there. An impressive whitewash victory for Renat Denkha to punch his card into tomorrow's final.
Wow.
Didn't see that coming. I've just really enjoyed watching Rodney all tournament long, as well having him in the booth. He's a wealth of knowledge, a real stand-up chap. Thought that he was going to represent Ireland in the final, but now it's just left to David Morris. Can he represent Ireland, or will it be Ali coming all the way from Qatar? So we're going to step aside for a few short moments. We're going to get a nice little post-match interview with Renat.
Go watch the other stream for a little bit, maybe.
And maybe after that interview comes to a conclusion, we'll just kind of pull back and take a look at what's going on in our other semifinal. So stay tuned, everybody. I think Christian's going to jump to the other semis. I'll get set up for our post-match interview with Renat. But thanks again for all your viewership today. It's been wonderful having you here at the U.S. Snooker Masters of 2025. And just a programming note, we will be back at 11 a.m. Pacific time for the final. Just so you know, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon. Well, welcome back, everybody, to the 2025 U.S. Snooker Masters. We're here fresh off his semi-final victory. Renat Denkha, how are you feeling?
Great. It was a tough match. It was more kind of like tactical, you know, some safe shots and stuff. And he's not an easy opponent, you know. And I got like the new style, you know, like playing him. It was not easy, but I did my best with safe shots, you know, than attacking, because that table is not easy, you know, to build break. Because if you look like throughout the tournament, we don't have a century yet, you know. So yeah, it was tough, but finally, you know, I got lucky on, you know, some fluke shots.
True.
But at
That
the
black
end-
was pretty nice.
Yeah. But at the end, you know, you tell me if I deserve it.
I think you deserve it, though. I think you were
Thank
taking
you.
the time to capitalize. You know, he just wasn't getting a little bit of the run of the balls, and that can happen, but sometimes it evens out in these longer frame matches.
Correct.
But when you saw the opportunity, you seized it. I think you took on some shots that you were like, well, some players might have played safe.
Correct.
But obviously, we've seen you a lot in
Yeah.
my time watching you play, and sometimes you like to get into those balls a lot sooner.
Right.
So it's
But
a nice-
again, that's depends on the table. You know, the table is not easy. Maybe to the, you know, audience or whoever is looking, you know, online, it's not easy. You know, it's hard to make breaks. So there's like kind of intimidation
Fair
from
enough.
the table to the player.
True. So
Yeah.
we won't keep you too long because you want to get a good night's sleep because you're in the final
Yeah.
of this first inaugural U.S. Snooker Championship. One question for you, though. This tournament is predominantly filled with more facial hair people than non-facial hair. And one issue, you've got an ash cue. Do you ever find that it gets caught on your beard?
Yeah, that's kind of normal. It happens many times. So I don't know how other players deal with it, but to me, I'm experienced with cues. So where the cue travels, just that area, I try to, you know, fill it with clear coat, so there is no gaps in the ash. You know, the grain, the ash grain. And sometimes if it does, we just have to deal with it. But I do get pinched, you know, many times.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's what I do. You know, I just sand that thing and you know, soften it so it won't
You
impact.
pinched a lovely victory there.
Yeah.
Beard oil, too.
Yeah, it
That's
didn't
also, I
happen
think,
today.
work.
Beard oil, yeah.
Might work. So, well, congratulations. Get a good
Thank
night's
you.
sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow in the
Thank you.
final.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. That's Renat Denkha, your first finalist. We're going to jump back over to our other semifinal. It's David Burney at the 2025 U.S. Snooker Masters. We'll talk to you soon.
Frame 7. Ali, a Bailey's break.
And welcome back, everybody. We've got some exciting bonus coverage here. Our other semi-final match into a decider with Ali and David, who is going to join Renat Denkha in the final. I see a lot of support for Renat there in the chat, but is Ireland going to be wiped off the final sheet?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Great opening pot there from David Morris. Unfortunate though, he's going to be underneath the both colors, so I'm just going to roll up here. Would have liked to come a bit short, maybe. It's a good start to this decider though.
And our good friend Brendan O'Donoghue is the man in charge at the table, the referee. Looking like Joe Policeman there, making sure everything's on the up and up.
Yeah, we get to hear his beautiful voice. This has been quite the match indeed.
So definitely this table is a table and then some away from us distance, and it's a little bit flatter, so obviously some of the angles are going to be a little bit tricky for us to predict. I left this red on into the top left corner.
1.
Yeah, a lot of the time the pro players, when they're in deciders, they just want that one chance. Kind of in the amateur world, it's maybe a few chances, but David, a former pro, furthest he got was the quarterfinals of a UK championship back in 2012. Third ranked player in Ireland, taking on the IBSF current world champion. So both these players do know their way around the table. So maybe just one chance is all they need.
16. Davey, 16.
Just filters the one that's 16. So he's giving an opening for Ali.
One.
Both players kind of going for it on the early onset.
Ali, 1.
But sometimes you do have to capitalize on those mistakes.
1.
Just fixing our camera angle there, get a little bit better vantage point, but apologies for the flatter view, but at least we get to watch this decider.
Yeah, we've done a little bit of snooker radio in this
6.
tournament so far, but it's always nice seeing pictures and words marrying together.
Right. David Morris is looking pretty strong here. He's playing for blue, maybe.
Davey, 7.
Yeah, it's kind of getting to that sad point of the tournament.
Yeah.
Some of those new friends that we've made, unfortunately, have to go back home, and definitely with the international field, the trip home is a lot further than usual.
Yeah, a lot of folks are heading home today since tomorrow's just left is the final to the top 2 players. As we saw earlier, Renat Denkha, guess you can call it an upset, getting the win, punching his ticket into the final, representing USA. Our last finalist is one of these two. Let's see what we got coming up here. It's a good shot from David Morris, a nice attacking safety. He's lined up the blue, pink, and red. This red over the pocket's going to be tough to play safe on. I think Ali's feeling the heat a little bit. You saw him ruffle his shirt a bit.
Yeah, you know what? That's going to be really beaming Renat with confidence. He plays a lot in the PABSA championships. And in that championship, you can achieve a 2-year card to go over on the play on the pro ranks. And with Rodney being an ex-pro,
Yeah.
knowing what it takes, that really is going to help out Renat.
I think this red is on now.
But as Renat and I were talking in the post-match interview, he was like, it's very tough. These tables are very tough to really score heavily, as there hasn't been a century yet in the tournament. But we do still have this frame and potentially have 9 more tomorrow in the final.
Yeah, this is tough action.
Definitely, it's free admission tomorrow. They've got cool drinks and great eats here at the Sacramento Snooker and Billiards room. So,
He's mishit that quite badly.
so mark it on your clock. 11 a.m. tomorrow.
11 a.m.
Pacific time is when the final will commence.
We will have a scheduled event over on the Ox Billiards YouTube page too, so check us out. Drop us a like, subscribe, share out the stream. This is a decider for the last finalist to be added.
That one just rattled in the jaws and didn't find home in the bottom of the pocket, and it's popped out. Relatively easy one for David here.
One.
We always say you like to have your opponent beat you. You don't want to beat yourself.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
As well, we have a bit of time. I'm not sure if he's tuning in, but do want to wish a happy birthday to Brett McDermott. Hopefully he's doing well.
Three.
Kind of looks like a lineup a little bit with those reds. It's obviously tough from our vantage point here. Need some of those sky cams to fly through the room or something.
Just on a wire, right?
Yeah.
NFL style.
Mm-hmm.
Four.
Ooh, got a good amount of draw on that. I think he might be good on this pink. Although I think he has an angle going up table. Gonna need to move the white to get back down for the reds. Oh, good shot. Must be a red on in the pack here somewhere.
10.
Yeah, we've had snooker radio. Maybe it's now blind commentary. As much as we have the visuals there, it's a really tough angle for us to see, but David's body language definitely tells us that he's confident that one goes in.
He's on a break of 10, putting him at 34, now 35 overall score. 30 points ahead of Ali. Looks like there's maybe 6 reds left in the table, so a lot to play for still, but break builder of his capacity, I think he's going to make a few more. Yeah, he's looking strong here. Maybe the bottommost red passes to the left corner. Maybe the middle, maybe the top. Just trying to pick and choose
70.
which one he likes.
David.
I always do
17.
the lip smack at the same time, you and I. Oh,
Yeah, I
tough.
definitely like to
I think that was the visit. He could have gotten it.
come back on that shot.
Ali with the chance now. Tough one down the cushion. It rattles. Uh-oh. Was that possibly his last shot of the inaugural U.S. Snooker Masters? Big chance for David Morris, and he knows it. Oh, thick to the pocket. Trying so hard to come around 2 cushions for the black. He's missed a chance there. Drama, ladies and gentlemen, drama.
One.
Good pot for Ali, but as he hooked himself on the blue. Oh man, look at it. His body language says it all. Wow. Gonna have to take a bold color now, and he'll be disgusted with himself there. Knew that was a great opportunity after a big miss from David Morris.
Well, you might have a good recovery shot here.
Yeah, he's nice on the reds.
5.
Really good shot.
There's a red into the left middle. Is it the close one? And just, yeah.
Oof, almost
6.
overcut it, nearly. Where's the white? It's okay. It's going to be tight to the cushion, though. These blues are quite challenging. Not automatic, even for these guys. It's going to have to put full focus in. Getting up on the next red's going to be a little tough, too. Oh, good strike. Problem now is he's got a long red
11.
left.
Ali.
Overcuts it.
11.
He's left it on.
1.
Great shot.
Yeah, it definitely looks like those blue or the reds just below the pink. It will go into the top left corner. It's got the angle to screw back for them after this yellow. He's going to need to use the cushion.
Oh, he cannoned the blue. All he needed to do was avoid that
3.
cannon there. Oh, he's got a steep one. He's just shaking his head like, what have I done there? It's the most routine position you would think. Instead of pick a side. He made it.
Wow, what a shot there.
Wow, what a shot.
Gets
With the
a
rest.
big round of applause from the crowd. Definitely a gutsy blind cut there, and it might just roll up to this yellow here. Yep.
Davy. 4.
Gotta take a replay of that one. My goodness, with the rest. This gotta be a quarter ball cut or so at least. What a shot. Bottom red. Look at this. Incredible stuff. He wins. Goes on to win it. That's the shot for him right there.
Yeah. 39-point advantage and 43 on the table.
It's a huge, huge attempt here.
29, I should say. Apologies. It's getting late in the evening. It's been a long day.
Pink, pink.
Miss.
Dave's gonna go for this.
6.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that back. It's relatively easy red there, I would think. Come with the cushion. Out the black into the right middle. Just gotta be mindful of this green. Free O'Donnell. Hugh is taking a good look at that.
Just thick to the pocket. Wow.
Just wonder if that green was just creeping into his mind. Good eye, Stephen McCloskey. Yeah, there's a little bit of mislabeling on those pictures in the back.
Oh no.
A little trouble there with Ali's shot making now.
Okay, I think he might be safe. Red is close to the white there. I think it's blocking the other red to the pocket, so still alive to fight another day, is Ali. Good safety, tight to that bulk cushion.
Yeah, all David need is red in color to get us into the snooker's required stage. So obviously just with a red, if he falters on the color, it's a 35-point difference. If David's able to take the red,
No, playing conservative. It's a good shot. It's tying up the black as well, tight to the cushion. The more colors he can push safe, the better for Mr. Davy Morris. And he's dislodged it immediately, but does it sell out a shot on this red? Oh, it does. This could be curtains.
he's got the pink up there as well. But that final red definitely, there's always a chance of a free ball. It isn't over just yet. Obviously, Ali's back is up against it. David can't really just polish off the frame because that red is tied up on the blue.
7. Davy. 7.
And that's what you got to do. Put that cue ball tight. Got to go up and down table here. He's playing with a little bit of side.
Foul. Davy. 4. Free ball.
Uh-oh, free ball too.
And that's not the free ball Ali wanted. He wanted it more to his advantage than his opponent's.
So be playing the pink here again, and
1.
Ireland should be in the final.
wow.
An Iraqi-Irish final. Battle of the eyes. Funny how we always say there's no eye in snooker.
7.
Assyrian,
Davy, 7.
Irish final. Wow, rifled it in.
It's a highlight reel shot, but really doesn't do much.
Didn't want that. I mean,
Exhibition shot.
wanted a free ball, right?
Seven. Ali, 7.
So 46 difference. 27 on the table. I think that's it.
Match.
The yellow is in. David Morris is into the final. An exciting decider there. Well, there's been thrills up and down all 3 days long, and we're definitely in store for a few more. I'm sure of it tomorrow.
Yeah, we are in for one good final. I'm ready for it.
Yes, it'll be that man on the right, David Morris, not this David.
That David.
He'll be taking on Renat Denkha. That match will be starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time here at the fantastic Sacramento Snooker and Billiards Room. Definitely lots of wonderful seats. Come down and see us in person. If not, you can always tune in to the Ox Billiards page. The Ox Billiards, the PABSA, the IBSF TV, and Sacramento Snooker and Billiards YouTube page. Probably going to just push aside a little bit and have a little chat with that winner, David Morris. Sure, it was ups and downs. Hopefully he can give us a little bit more insight, as we weren't particularly focused on that one, but he did the goods to push his way into the final. So stand by for that interview, and then we'll probably say goodnight here from Sacramento and see you in the morning. So
11 a.m. Pacific.
11 a.m. Pacific. It's David Burney. That's Christian Youngers. We'll see you over there in the interview room.
Down after that. So many missed chances, but
All right, welcome back everybody to the 2025 U.S. Snooker Masters here in Sacramento, fresh off a very exciting, deciding victory. David Morris, how you feeling?
yeah, over the moon. That's probably my biggest win in years, really, to beat former world amateur champion Ali. Amazing player. First couple of frames, he kind of just potted me off the table, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could do a whole lot. In the end, I just tried to tie him up and slow him down a little bit, and I got back in the game, went 3-2 up, and then I kind of saw the finishing line, I think, a little bit, so that kind of put the brakes on me again. But I'm delighted to win the last frame. I got a lot of luck at the last frame. Ali was quite unlucky a few times, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. And Ali's an awesome player and an awesome guy, so I feel for him, but I'm delighted to be in the final as well.
Yeah, we definitely were concentrated more on your opponent tomorrow, Renat Denkha, who had a whitewash victory over your fellow countryman Rodney. So we kept up with your match a little bit later, but definitely that was the sight when we saw in the decider that you just made good on your opportunities and he just faltered a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And again, maybe that's a little bit of experience. But I mean, Ali has a lot of experience, as I said, former world amateur champion. But I just think maybe at the end I probably held myself together slightly better and played maybe the correct shot a little bit more. But in saying that, Ali plays a super aggressive game, and he's been very successful with it. So why should he change it? So it's just styles. I can't pot the balls the way he pots them. He's just an unbelievable talent. So I have to find another way of kind of winning these types of matches.
That's true. You're going to be in tough tomorrow. You got the reigning U.S. national champion you're up against, but definitely, being a champion in Ireland, you're no slouch. So it's going to be an exciting match.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've never played Renat at all before, but I know of Renat. So I'm looking forward to it. This is my first snooker tournament in the US, and to be taking on the US national champion in the final, I couldn't have wished for it any better. Besides having one of the Irish guys in the final with me, but I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it'll be a good game tomorrow.
Well, he does go deep in the tournaments, so those matches are up on YouTube. So if you want to do some research tonight, I know you want to get some good rest, but maybe a little R&R. Take a look.
Okay, that's my homework.
All right. Thank you very much, David, and congratulations again. Well done to be in the final.
Thank you.
All right. So that's going to conclude day 3 over here, everybody, at the U.S. Snooker Masters of 2025 here in Sacramento, California. Do tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. when this man, David Morris, will take on Renat Denkha in the final of this inaugural tournament. Fitting to be a fun one and lots of excitement. It's a best of 9. Tune us in, and we'll say good night, everyone.